All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between RaZZoRMaN versus HoT. This game taking place from DreamHack Open Fall EU 2020. I've been told that this is game 2 of the series, and hopefully, well, if you guys have not seen game 1, I think I have cast this game as well, speeding things up because I have somewhere to be. And well, the first minute and a half of the game is usually, well, rather predictable. We are looking at a barracks coming in from RaZZoRMaN, so it is not going to be a Farseer into a quick tech to tier 2. Instead, we are going to be looking at some either creeping or harassment. Slowing things down now at the 1 minute 45 second mark. Ancient of War doing what it does, tanking all of that damage, while an archer dives on in using lightning shield to maximize the damage. A little bit of a damage bonus coming from that renegade wizard. Hero of choice is going to be that keeper of grove. Mass range units, well, archers and dryads should be coming across here, and well, we have seen a bit of a change. Has HoT actually seen the new shift going for Kodos over Kodos first over raiders early on? But I know that's actually only useful against humans. I take it back. That was the human versus orc matchup. We'll see. Yeah, you don't want Kodos in a matchup when your opponent is going mass range units. Kodos become a giant pin cushion, taking bonus damage left and right, and then just absolutely falling apart. My bet is on raiders. It is RaZZoRMaN. That is true. But then again, if all of a sudden RaZZoRMaN did end up going for Kodos or Wind Riders, which would come as a bigger shock to me as well, perhaps HoT isn't ready for that particular strategy. But then again, going for anything that's any unarmored or light armored could possibly be a bad idea. Farseer coming around, continuing to do a lot of creeping here, and both sides pretty much staying in their own neck of the woods. I'm quite surprised by this. Normally, a Farseer opening is useful to try and shut down your opponent's creeping. You also want to not clear out too many of your own individual creep camps, because your own individual your Tauren Chieftain as your second hero needs to be able to have access to some easy kills as well. Trying to kill orange creep camps with a solo Tauren Chieftain, that Tauren Chieftain tends to take far too much damage, as the Keeper of the Grove already venturing forth with, well, claws of attack plus 12 essentially. Thank you for the follow. And our friend the flying sheep. Yes, there are flying sheep all over the place. There's stags, and well, this is Amazonia. I don't know why there are deer-like creatures in the Amazon. Perhaps the biological ecosystem of Azeroth is, well, rather different than what we see here in here on Earth. Anyways, gonna go ahead and pick up some useful items here. Archers, well, Grunt's going after that Keeper of the Grove here. A lot of early damage. There's an entangle onto that Grunt. That is a level 2 entangle, and well, that is gonna be most likely certain death, as that Keeper of the Grove gonna get some easy kills. Are we gonna see another entangle? Yes, we are. And this is just an absolute shutdown against RaZZoRMaN. And well, one of the strong strategies that a Night Elf can do with a Keeper of the Grove. The Keeper of the Grove, one entangle already does half damage to a Grunt. Is it going to end up finishing it off there, as there goes another entangle as well? Keeper of the Grove now trying to back away. Archers are there to provide a little bit of support. There's a Wisp for a detonation, and are they going to get all three? Yes, they do. The Farseer, the Spirit Wolf, and now, well, RaZZoRMaN going to end up losing a Grunt here. That is a rather dangerous proposition, as well, RaZZoRMaN going to quickly realize, hey, any damage I do to a Keeper of the Grove right now is just going to be completely negated by HoT's Moonwells. He's going to go ahead and pull back here, heal back up, be ready to join in on that fight once more, and be a major harassment. Archers holding steady in the center, teching the Tree of Ages near, or is now done. We're looking at perhaps a Tavern hero in just a short amount of time. Goblin Alchemist is the hero that comes to mind. Nope, it's going to be a Beastmaster. All right, Beastmaster coming in instead from HoT, and he's going to be trying to use those summons and perhaps put down a lot of pressure. RaZZoRMaN going for the double bestiary tactic, but the Keeper of the Grove and those archers should be able to make short work of any of those construction buildings. All right, bestiary already down to canceled. Come on. There you go. Down to cancel already as this bestiary at 600 hit points. Are we going to see this Shadow Hunter try and fight back here? In comes the Spirit Wolves. There are Wisp off to the side as well. And we see the bear. I'm just going to call that bear Misha. Misha ready to engage at a moment's notice, but I am surprised that we didn't see any damage being done to that second bestiary to try and delay any of those raiders. All right, bear getting ensnared right there, taking in a little bit of extra damage, just pretty much, well, bear wondering what it did wrong in its life in order to be summoned to only be ensnared and beat to death with its owner walking away. Keeper of the Grove coming back over. We're going to see a potential creep jack here, and there we go. Entangle onto the grunt. A lot of damage coming back across already. Damage going to be adding in that low hit point grunt. A rock golem getting headed back here. Scroll of speed, and now we see, well, Hex has come to an end, or Hex has come right there. Scroll of speed right there as the Keeper of the Grove trying to back away. There goes another entangle, and a quick Scroll of Town Portal used right there for a very fast retreat, as RaZZoRMaN should have the ability to finish creeping off this creep camp, getting as that rock golem was perhaps already down to, well, very low hit points. Gonna get finished off here in just a moment. Shadow Hunter wants to get to level 2, Potion of Greater Mana alongside a Tome of Intelligence. Which bear is Misha? There were two. I don't know. Coming back around. Ancient of War absorbing a lot of damage in that front line spot. Keeper of the Grove, well, now that it is no longer in that early stages, early stage portion of the game, the entangles are not going to be nearly as deadly, as we should have, or we should be looking at some access to some disenchant eventually from RaZZoRMaN. RaZZoRMaN has not gotten Purge. RaZZoRMaN has not got Spirit Walkers either, so the Keeper of the Grove may end up being a little bit stronger than I initially imagined, since RaZZoRMaN went for double bestiary. All right, Archer going to easily get taken down here. Are we going to see some entangles? Entangle right there, healing wave bouncing around once more, and more damage is coming back through. Archer's trying to fight back again as the Ancient of War is in that frontline spot. HoT is in trouble, down 39 to 40 or 43 supply, as we see a double level up on the Beastmaster and that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove still fighting a way through. Are we going to see some more unit Potion of Healing being used right there? Beastmaster is still absorbing a lot more damage. Staff of Preservation saves as the Keeper of the Grove now looking to back away. Keeper of the Grove is actually in a really tough spot. It needs to get an entangle off or something else. Healing wave still bouncing around. Is that Keeper of the Grove going to be able to bounce back, as we see an entangle go down onto the Farseer? Farseer ends up using a Scroll of Town Portal in time. Meanwhile, Hex down to 60 hit points, 40 tide, 25, 10 hit points, and then the Scroll of Town Portal takes the units away. Using every second of the game matters so much. A split second difference right there. RaZZoRMaN risking losing his Farseer, getting the Farseer down to 50 hit points. And, well, it ends up paying off as he's able to get that Keeper of the Grove. Sometimes you just need to be lucky, and that's exactly what we saw right there. A little bit of luck. I doubt that RaZZoRMaN calculated that's the exact amount of time he needed. If he did, well, hats off to you. Your Warcraft 3 math is better than mine. Ancient of Wonders now taking some damage. RaZZoRMaN going to go ahead and try to put in some pressure here. RaZZoRMaN, I do not see any sort of pillage coming here, even though the army is mainly consisting of raiders and grunts going up against all of these Moonwells now. This would be a perfect opportunity, as we are looking at the Keeper of the Grove trying to get resurrected. RaZZoRMaN diving on in here, putting in a lot of pressure, but a lot of the raiders are actually unable to engage right now, as they're just all backed up alongside each other. Healing wave bouncing around, and HoT is going to end up losing this Beastmaster and losing a bit of damage bonus as well for all of those Dryads, as we now are looking at, well, no more True Shot Aura. Beastmaster has fallen at level 3. Any units falling right now do not give experience. This is a perfect battle. Even if RaZZoRMaN just trades 1 for 1, he comes out ahead in the experience race. Dryads are getting taken down, 28 supply compared to 49. RaZZoRMaN should be able to close the door on this here pretty quickly, as the Keeper of the Grove is still a little bit of ways on making its way out. All right, Keeper of the Grove going to be popping out here in just a second. Is it going to be able to do enough? We're looking at Raiders trying to back up again. There goes one Raider, a Quill Beast, a hero Quill Beast getting the necessary kill, as we see an entangle onto a Raider there. All right, Raider going to be taking a little bit of damage once more. grunts. Well, Keeper of the Grove trying to hold the line, hold the door here. Does have another, some more Ents joining in on the fight. A couple of ensnares going down. RaZZoRMaN going to lose a Raider here. Dryads are joining back in on the fight. 27 supply compared to 49. And this fight is just going to be turning into a war of attrition as the Shadow Hunter still needs a little bit more mana. RaZZoRMan's army, well, I believe he actually retreated back with a number of units, and they should all be waiting back at home. This Raider down to 50 hit points, 30 hit points, could get taken down. It gets, well, strangled to death by weeds. RaZZoRMaN, well, actually has to be careful. He could have been backing away with a bunch of low hit point grunts here to try and save and prevent the Keeper of the Grove from getting in any more experience. Instead, these low hit point grunts are staying alive just ever so barely by the Shadow Hunter. But if 2 or 3 more grunts fall, well, it could give an opportunity and window for HoT to get back in this game. There goes a Raider. Are we going to see a couple of grunts now try to escape? Let's take a look. Level 5, level 4 on the Farseer and on that Shadow Hunter here as more damage still getting added in. There goes another Raider as well, and there goes another Raider. That Keeper of the Grove getting very close to level 5 as the units now backing away. 37 supply compared to 21. RaZZoRMaN looked like he overstayed his welcome, could have easily saved 12 supply worth of units, bring them back home, and using healing salves to get them, get them going again. Was enough damage done here? That is the question. I do think so, but I think HoT would be in a much worse situation if RaZZoRMaN backed off with all of those low supply units or low hit point units and maintained his supply advantage. All right, units are looking to back away again. Keeper of the Grove going to be able to constantly entangle. Raiders only having 610 hit points. Getting in a little bit of damage onto a Raider can often mean, after an entangle, can mean that the Keeper of the Grove can finish it off. There goes another Raider again. Staff of Preservation saving the Beastmaster in that back line. And we're still fighting our way through here. Keeper of the Grove needs a little bit more mana. Dryad going to get taken down. And this is just a long, drawn-out battle in the base here. Ancient of Lores even joining in on the fight, getting in some attack. And the Beastmaster, well, going to get surrounded by those Spirit Wolves and still taken out again. Keeper of the Grove is pretty much a one-man army, constantly using Entangle to finish off units. And that's what we're looking at right here. There goes another Raider, and here's going to go another Raider as well. And what was a major level advantage all of a sudden has given the Keeper of the Grove nearly level 6. 28 supply compared to 34. All right. Well, best defense is a good offense, so to speak. But if you're losing all of your units in your attack, there is something called the Defender's Advantage. The reinforcements, the trees, the ancients themselves attacking back. Keeper of the Grove able to buy potions of mana from the Ancient of Wonders and getting off those level 3 entangles. Absolutely huge. Level 3 entangle and with a couple of auto attacks from the Keeper of the Grove. Pretty much an insta-kill on those Raiders. Yeah, HoT was pretty much in a horrible situation, and RaZZoRMaN pretty much overstayed his welcome there. There's no doubt in my mind that he overstayed his welcome. Raiders, with their fast movement speed, being able to retreat is an absolute necessity. We are now finally looking at RaZZoRMaN getting that Tauren Totem for those Spirit Walkers for disenchant that I mentioned earlier. Is it too little, too late though? As we see level 5, level 3 going up against a level 5, level 4. RaZZoRMaN does have the supply advantage once more. HoT sitting at 40 over 40 supply, needs to get more Moonwells. We saw a lot of Moonwells lost earlier in that battle, and this is currently Nightfall. You want to be able to fill up those Moonwells so that, well, you have Tome of Agility being left behind, of course. So that you have a way to heal back up a little bit later. All right, Beastmaster with True Shot Aura. Perhaps should give that to the Keeper of the Grove. Transfer some of those items as the Keeper of the Grove has been able to stay alive much more easily as the Dryads are now making their way out again. All right, 1-0 upgrades on those Dryads plus True Shot Aura, a little bit of a bonus. What does rank do? I've never noticed that on them. Rank? Level? Anyways, Peons now walking back once more. We are looking at 5 minutes of mining coming back again as we see, well, the Peons actually getting caught here. Raiders now try and engage. Raiders, a thin wall. They should be able to flank around here in just a moment. Healing Wave bouncing around. Dryad's going to be in trouble there as they are in their front line. Misha, the bear, trying to hold that front door, however, and that's not going to work out either as the Spirit Walkers with Disenchant completely removing that front line. All right, Keeper of the Groves getting in more Ents on the side. That is just a massive Disenchant target with 3 Ents and an Entangled Raider as the units are still fighting their way through. Another Entangled now coming back across as the Keeper of the Grove now finally out of mana. All right, Peons joining in on the fight from the back. Raiders, as you see, are getting strangled to death. So much damage over time, completely taken out of the battle. 39 supply compared to 44. As, well, units are falling left and right. Beastmaster still sitting at level 3. That True Shot or a very big deal. Dryad now going to get taken down. And who has the larger army? Tranquility being used, as Tranquility is going to be useful to try and heal up all of these lower hit point units, as the Dryad's now going after some of those units as well. Tranquility still keeping that Spirit Wolf all topped off, or sorry, that Dryad all topped off, but the Peons may be able to get it. No, Staff of Preservation working its magic. Spirit Walker down to 31 hit points as it goes into the ethereal form. Peons joining in on the fight, and they're actually doing quite a bit of damage as Scroll of Speed now coming across here as well. Level 4 now on that Beastmaster. Beastmaster perhaps could summon up a Thunderhawk to go after those Spirit Walkers there. Spirit Walkers are immune to all physical damage, can only take magic damage there as a big healing wave lands onto a Shadow Hunter and then followed by that Spirit Walker there. Druid of the Claw, an initiate Druid of the Claw, doesn't even have rejuvenation, goes for a quick roar, and that only affects the Beastmaster and that Keeper of the Grove. Beastmaster, well, gets taken down, and talk about, well, flipping the script right there. HoT this time overstays his welcome and, well, tries to start retreating back with all of these units. All right, Mass Raiders versus Mass Dryads. Peons are all in position, and we're looking at a level 6 Farseer, level 5 Shadow Hunter now. Keeper of the Grove has been able to shut down the Raiders, but with the introduction of Spirit Walkers, well, has been able to not only stop the Entangles from maximizing its effectiveness and killing off Raiders, but also removing the summons, the Ents, and also the Quill Beast and those bears by dealing damage to them. Druids of the Claw need to get some rejuvenations going. We are looking at 1 base on either side, and there's only about 2.5 minutes of mining left. Things are not going to go well here at all. As what the Shadow Wolf quickly reveals himself and then realizes, right, you know what, I should not be here whatsoever. A quick resummoning to try and perhaps, nope, not a resummoning, just flat out timed life there. Just a little bit of scouting going on. Alright, normally the Peons are there to try and soak up damage with Rejuvenation as Xander Dorn, not Rejuvenation, Spirit Link, as Xander Dorn mentioned. The Peons actually have, I believe, the most hit points out of all of the workers, 250. So, and they're also able to clutter things up quite a bit. However, I don't believe I saw much Spirit Link actually cast between these units at all. Instead, the Peons with their pickaxes were able to deal enough damage to take down a couple of Dryads. That is not something you see very often in those matchups. Meanwhile, Ancient of War, well, in position off over here trying to fight back, but the Raiders are all there getting a free bit of experience once more. Chain Lightning bouncing around on that Druid of the Claw. Druid of the Claw doesn't even have rejuvenation, and those are very expensive spellcasters essentially. That's all they are. 20 to 26 damage, taking a lot of damage as they are now looking to back away. Kodo Beast, however, has eaten up that Druid of the Claw right there as he is backed up once more. All right, are we going to see perhaps a couple of Entangles going down on a Kodo Beast? That is going to be absolutely key. Keeper of the Grove wants to get that bear back. Needs to get a little bit more mana before trying to chase after those targets here, as Kodo Beast shutting down those bears before they can even really get going. All right, Keeper of the Grove, is it going to try and entangle? That is the question. Shadow Hunter has plenty of mana and a Scroll of Healing, so taking down those Kodo Beasts are going to be rather difficult. Keeper of the Grove still hanging off in the back here, getting in a little bit of damage, and home field advantage, well, playing very, very well as we see Keeper of the Grove now going for Tranquility, but a quick Hex stops it in its tracks. Shadow Hunter pretty much having every answer The Shadow Hunter and the Spirit Walkers having every answer to anything the Beastmaster and the Keeper of the Grove can do right now, while the Kodo Beast, Raiders, Spirit Walkers are fighting their way through. Are we going to see another Entangle, Disenchant right there? Beastmaster may get taken down. No, another Staff of Preservation saves as the Dryads are starting to try and poke around once more. All right, Farseer, are the Dryads going to actually go after a different unit than the Raiders? The Raiders do have medium armor, minimizing their damage. The Kodo Beasts are the actual better, higher priority targets, so to speak, as the Kodo Beast here is, well, almost finished digesting this Druid of the Claw. We could look at an Entangle to try to get in a little bit more damage. There's an Entangle onto the Farseer. Farseer is going to end up being in trouble. The Entangle should be coming to an end here. Are we going to see a heal? Wait, wow. Farseer ends up falling at level 6. And all of a sudden, once again, RaZZoRMaN overstays his welcome again. Keeper of the Grove now trying to back away. Kodo Beast is almost near done digesting. No more mining whatsoever, as the Keeper of the Grove needs to find another target to entangle. All right, there is a bear now out onto the field as we see a Shadow Wolf remove that Clarity Potion from that Keeper of the Grove. That's a very big deal right there. Keeper of the Grove trying to get a little bit more mana. Are we going to see an Entangle? No, there goes another Devour as we see an Entangle now onto that Shadow Hunter. Disenchant by the Spirit Walkers to try and stop all of that. Farseer now comes back out the other way as long distance mining, that Walk of Shame, actually working out well for RaZZoRMaN as he is able to get a little bit of gold. 19 supply compared to 34. Not that many workers anywhere to be seen. Beastmaster sitting at level 4, almost at level 5. Ancient of Lore is also picking themselves up and moving on over as we are getting a great haul set up by RaZZoRMaN. This game is just one huge overstayed battle. Everyone doesn't know when the party should be coming to an end, as the Ents now joining in on the fight to finish off the remainder of these Forest Troll, Berserkers, and Trappers. Beastmaster will get to level 5 here. Keeper of the Grove just making it a little bit more difficult, but the Beastmaster will still get there. And are we perhaps going to be looking at Blinking Bears? Is it level 3 bears? Yeah, no, level 3 Quill Beasts. And I don't know if I quite agree with that, considering the main unit that you have to deal with has been Raiders so far, and Quill Beasts also have less hit points overall, so they're easier to disenchant with Spirit Walkers. Coming down here, Entangled Goldmine getting pressured once more. Is it going to end up getting taken down? Ents now, or Trents now making their way to take down the Shadow Wolf. Shadow Wolf going to be taking a little bit of damage, as that Entangled Goldmine should have no problem getting constructed. All right, double more wolves again. Shadow Hunter showing up as the Quill Beasts show up as well. All right, Entangled Goldmine gets taken down. There was a quick disenchant there as the units are taken down. New Entangled Goldmine coming back across, trying to rebuild up that base here. All right, Wisp off to the side here. More Spirit Wolves going to get taken down as the Farseer are giving a little bit of experience to the Beastmaster still. Kodo Beasts have empty bellies. Trents are trying to make their way forward. The Raging Bear could totally start bashing and taking down a Kodo Beast. There goes one Kodo Beast and another Kodo Beast in a major dine and dash situation. That is just a summoned bear. It's probably not going to be able to deal enough damage at all. This Kodo Beast down to 439 hit points and constantly dropping pretty quickly. And there goes a healing wave to try and save it. Are we going to see a disenchant? Yes, we will, as the Entangle comes to an end. Staff of Preservation coming back. Ancient of Lore is joining back in on the fight. Spirit Wolves now making their way over. This Entangled Goldmine, needs to be entangled once again, as the Shadow Wolves have constantly been just taking down the Entangled Goldmine before it is up and running. Long distance gold mining will come to an end as we are looking at the Great Hall now up and operational. Ancient of Lore going to be getting into position. There goes the Entangled Goldmine once more. That one Shadow Wolf able to deal enough damage to constantly stop the mining from happening. Coming back off to the north there, Shadow Hunter is sitting at level 6. Farseer sitting at level 6. Units making their way off to the north as a Quill Beast finishes off a Kodo right there. Double Shadow Wolves, Spirit Wolves trying to finish things off here. Ancients of Lore diving and making their way through this entangled gold mine. How many hit points does it have? Is it going to be enough? And well, yeah, even a HoT at this point would be better, so you can actually spot those shadow wolves and be able to do a little bit of damage to them. Shadow wolves now making their way back over. Ancient of Lore is going to go ahead and root themselves up, trying to offer in a little bit of protection, down to 300 hit points. More Ents joining in on the fight, trying to protect this precious gold mine as the Shadow Wolves are able to make their way through. All right, engagement already getting underway. Shadow Wolves going to be diving on in here. Double Ancient of Lore is able to, well, keep the heroes at bay at least, as the entangled gold mine could be coming, well, it could be shut down again. All right, there is a disenchant. Once again, as the entangled gold mine starting up once more. All right, there goes a raider. Raiders have to be extremely careful. Raging Bear, if it was just able to blink onto a target, would have made a very big difference right there. There goes a stun, and we could be looking at an entangle coming in from the Keeper of the Grove, trying to finish it off. There it goes, as we could see a Spirit Walker. The Spirit Walker could get entangled, and the Spirit Walker entangle, it does take extra damage. That Spirit Walker is going to end up getting what? How does it end up breaking free faster? I would have thought, yeah, it seemed like that was faster. Was there a disenchant? I didn't see the animation for disenchant. It doesn't look like it. I don't know. I'll have to, someone else will have to look at that and figure out what happened and tell me what happened in that slight like skirmish. All right, entangling that gold mine once more. Where Shadow Wolf trying to back away again, resummoning those Spirit Wolves continually. Ancient Allures are still trying to fight back. Double or triple Spirit Walkers all in position. We are mining away right here, and RaZZoRMaN just knows he needs to keep HoT from actually mining any gold, and this is just a slow death. As long as the Spirit Walkers have mana, and the Shadow Hunter, there goes a healing wave, has mana, things should be fine. As the Shadow Hunter at level 6 with level 3 healing wave able to do so much. There's a quick Staff of Preservation that doesn't move the Keeper of the Grove very far, and that should be the end of it. Level 7 Keeper of the Grove falls down. We now have a level 7 Farseer, a level 7 Shadow Hunter, and there is the GG coming in right there. RaZZoRMaN with a commanding lead that would have just continued to grow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.